Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Will again, FYPM Staffing, FYPM LLC. I wanted to come with another small business for all the people that's been asking me small business questions. How did I start, the pitfalls, things of that nature. So I started the small business series, and this is the second episode. I want to introduce you to Brandon Simpson, and he'll let you know a little bit about his company, where he's located, things of that nature.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the invite and getting a chance to really talk about what starting a small business looks like. We started about 10 years ago, just around the time the economic downfall, and got laid off one a couple times, and the wife and I sat down and we're just like, so what are we going to do? We're going to keep our future by his hands, or are we just going to go ahead and go for it? So I'd already been doing catering. As you know, I've been cooking, for years, on and off. But the thought came, and we started out with a food truck 10 years ago, food trailer to be exact, and let that grow and flourish. And we've grown that from the trailer to the truck, and now a restaurant, and still try to make strides and move forward.
Just so you guys know, this is my first cousin. I've known him. We've known each other our whole lives, literally. And we were kids. We were kids, 8, 9, 10 years old. And he said, I'm going to own a restaurant. He said this at that young of age. And it is just crazy seeing how that came true. So why did you gave us a little bit, but what was the other do you have a why behind your business?
I do. And over the years, it took a while for me to find that why. Like you said, even when we were young, I'd always been cooking. I said I was going to own a restaurant. I just didn't know how to make it happen. Went to school for food and restaurant management, and coming out, and designing a restaurant, and the food, the menu, and all of that stuff, was the price tag was way too high for somebody coming out of college, right? With no financial backing. And so I also think it took time for me to figure out what was more important. Was it the money? Was it just creating something that people could come in and fill their bellies up real quick, or was it creating a culture? And my why right now is creating a culture, creating something that's going to last longer than just the sake of somebody getting something to eat and they're moving on. They don't remember what's going on. So not to mention, my kids were the ultimate reason, because I needed to leave something, and it became leaving more of a legacy than it is just creating a business or creating a financial way. I never got into this to quote unquote get rich, because in the food industry, there's a lot of sweat and tears, that you're going to go through to make any kind of money. So I did it because I enjoy food, I enjoy people, I enjoy all of those that come with the service industry, if you will. So that service industry is huge, and it's a missing element to where our society is right now. Because like right now, everybody's in here and now, hurry up, give it to me faster, quicker, let me move on, instead of relaxing, enjoying the meal. When we used to have the cookouts back, it would be an event, you know what I mean? And everybody's hanging out having fun. It don't matter if you were actually blood relatives or if you were just coming through, you became family. And so that's part of a culture that is, I don't want to say it's dying out, but I think we were headed the wrong way for a while, when it came down to the restaurant industry. And so I believe through this pandemic has brought family back together and gave them an idea, like, this is what's missing. And so I think I was a little bit ahead of the time, but I let's just say before that, That's what I was trying to build. You know what I mean?
So what lessons, and this is so funny because I'm going in my head too. What lessons have you learned since 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 the food trailer to the food truck to the restaurant?
Man. I've learned that I don't know it all. Uh, I've learned that it's hard to let go since I've created this baby and I've created this culture. Um, it's hard to let it go or let somebody else get in there um, and run it because nobody cares about your business the way that you do, if that makes sense. And so that's the hardest thing that I'm dealing with now. Before it was will people accept? So with the trailer, it was will they accept? Will they accept? Because I have a completely different menu. We're in Kansas City, so we are a barbecue town. Everybody knows that. I have smoked infused meats. I do traditional barbecue, but the smoke infused is it takes a little bit of uh, uh, off the beaten path for a meal when it comes down to the smoked meat. So sometimes people are adventurous. You got to be a foodie. Other times people aren't. So um, will will they accept my style of cooking? That was at the trailer. That was it. Will I be able to be successful? Move to the truck. Hit a couple of TV shows. You're like, maybe I am pretty. Maybe people are accepting it. Um, and now with the restaurant, now that I've dug into the community and everybody, there's a lot of people that know us around. We've helped a lot of people out. Um, Now it's I guess accepting my place on the pedestal or on the podium with the other barbecue restaurants within Kansas City. So that's another hurdle that I have to get over when it comes down to you know um, that progression.
Okay, okay. One thing you said, and I don't think people realize, your business is almost a living, breathing thing. It's not going to look the same from your vision to day one. It's going to be two different things.
Yeah.
And then day one to like say year one, your business keeps growing with you. There are things that you didn't know. Like you said, I don't know it all. So you hit this hurdle and then you have to pivot. Like I had to pivot a lot.
Hmm.
So it's going to grow with you. If it doesn't grow, you're not going to have a business. Let's just be clear. If it does not grow, you will not have one.
No, 100% on that. And I think, especially especially out here, I think that's a testament to where what helped me is starting out with the food truck to begin with, because every part of the Kansas City, we're a bi-state city, right? And so every part, there's different pockets, there's different people that enjoy. So what I thought my menu was going to be when I first started changed to I do this event and I got 80% vegetarians and I'm a barbecue truck. And now I have to figure out how to sell to them. So that helped uh, build my menu from there. Now at the restaurant we have vegetarian dishes, and I have people come from all over just for those particular dishes. Um, the other part, I was telling one of my guys the other day, one of my employees the other day, and he was like, he asked me, how did you start building all your sauces? Because every sauce that I've made, everything's made in house, and every sauce that I've made, there there is a theme and a flavor profile that goes with something that I cook. Nothing tastes the same, but I told him it was really just an evolution of how um, of a plus and minus, a thumbs up, pump it or dump it type of deal. So that evolution or that growth, as I was trying new things and I was getting more confident and able to explore more with people. Like my customers were my biggest guinea pigs. You know what I mean? So um, that evolution is huge, and I think sometimes, especially during this past pandemic, a lot of restaurants couldn't pivot, as you say. They couldn't change their business model. They didn't know how to make it work. So, especially out here, a lot of them just gave up. They said, forget it, close their doors. Being able to maneuver through sticky situations, I believe, is the strength of being a true entrepreneur. My first year uh, in opening the restaurant, right? Um, I had built up for it. So 5 years ago now, September would be 5 years. That first year, I was doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And throughout the day, I may have, I don't know, maybe 20 customers for the whole day. That that was very disheartening. And you're exhausted by the time you come home, right? And I got the little ones, the three little ones, and they're looking at you and they're like, you got to save face and be like, yes, it's I had a great day. It was this and that. Um, but deep down, you're like, I got to figure something out. So those were my I got to do something. But because of them, because um, the fire that's within, there was never no. We're gonna keep rolling this train.
Okay. Completely understand. There has to be something in you because entrepreneurship. I read something that was like try, fail, try, start to gain a little momentum, fail, try, fail, and then you try, and then you finally get your breakthrough. It's not a it's not a straight line.
No,
Like you said, it's this.
yeah.
And then you and then that can happen, and then if you quit, you'll never see that. So I completely understand.
Well, and the other part of that is talking with a couple of people in a couple of groups that I'm in. It's also there is never an end. An entrepreneur always sees another goal to accomplish. You set yourself another goal constantly. You know, I had the goal of the truck. I had the goal of this. I want to make it to this month because I know this is a banging month and I got this catering job. I want these people to be happy. However big or minute each goal is, as long as you set a goal, then you'll never become complacent. And for an entrepreneur to become complacent is there's no more hunger in you. You're not saying that it's about the money. There's a new direction in how you take what you've learned. So for me, in a lot of cases, I've never wanted all the glory. I want to be able to help others become successful. That is outside of the food, great. I got a great restaurant. I got a great model. Once we got past that, and the restaurant was open and we started swinging on the black side of things, it was great. Now, how can I take what I've this little success and turn it into something better? There's my next milestone. There's my next um, I have to accomplish that. So I have these group of people that are starting food trucks. I have these people over here that are trying to start a restaurant. I have this group of kids that just need some kind of guidance. That's the other part of entrepreneurship, is not just each one teach one, but I think a lot of times in the Black community, it doesn't get pushed on how to do it. It's just you're supposed to go do it.
Yep.
And so somebody that's been there, and I've been through a lot in these past 10 years, trust, I want to make sure someone doesn't go through all of that. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Definitely. Okay, I have another question for you. So, what does your team look like?
My theme?
Your team, like the
Man.
people that you've been working with or things of that nature. What does your team look like?
Right now, my team looks real small. I got 3 guys that's running this thing. I can't find anybody to work for nothing, man.
Okay.
But you know, the biggest part of the team that I have over the years, I've created a lot of bonds, friendships. In this game, it's all about networking. It's all about not who you know to help you out, but who do you know that's doing something and you watch them, or they're able to collab and help you out. I think is what I consider my team, and obviously my family. That's the foundation of it all. So I think I am a social butterfly to where um, I chatted up with a lot of different people. Either I help them or they help me. Um, I have the one saying that timing is everything, and that timing in which your path crosses with someone, whether it's at a light or it's at a meeting, you're supposed to meet them at that particular time. For some reason, it's your job to figure out what you're supposed to learn from that. And so that is 100% of what I do all the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I want you to tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, no doubt. So it's Jazzy B's. You could Google, you could TripAdvisor, do whatever you need to, but we're out here in Kansas City in Lee Summit, um, south part of Lee Summit, or you could hit the food truck up. You could catch us on a lot of different Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Well, I don't do Twitter a whole heck of a lot. I need to get better at it, but IG, Facebook, um, and for the most part, check the Food Network, check the Cooking Channel. You'll catch me somewhere. You know what I mean?
So, in all those, is it just Jazzy B's?
Uh, well, there's Jazzy B's Diners, Jazzy B's Food Truck. Once you put in Jazzy B's, it's there. Um,
Okay,
we're
perfect.
good to go. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, that's how it goes. And not that. So here goes one thing though. All right, I know you probably got to go, but
Oh,
there
no, go ahead.
is there is an Indian rapper named Jazzy Bees. Like, yeah, didn't know till like 2-3 years in, and so, um, but I don't think I've outshined him on Facebook. I think he has like, I don't know, 500 to 1 million followers, something like that. But in the US, let's just kind of stick it to that. You'll find Jazzy B's that way.
That is hilarious. I just want you to know that is hilarious.
Dude. And just so everybody knows, my nickname is Jazzy because I like to jazz up what everybody thinks food is. And that's my alter ego. So Brandon, which Mark knows me by, is that's the regular guy. Jazzy's the guy he's the Superman that's in the kitchen. So yeah, that's it, man.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And I'm sure people got something from this, but they can find you, Jazzy B's, Lee Summit, Kansas City.
Uh, well, Lee Summit's a suburb, so it's just outside of Kansas City. But yeah, basically, uh,
Perfect.
Lee Summit, Missouri,
Now,
1803.
I've definitely been there. Excellent food. You will not be disappointed.
Oh, good,
Um,
brother.
I'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Thank you so much for coming. I'll talk to you later.
All right, peace.